Hello again, this is Michael Luick-Thrams from Traces, and this is sample number 4 from a 5-part series of opening sections from Turkeyfoot, the book I wrote about my 2016 race for the U.S. Senate campaign. The opening quote is, "From everyone to whom much has been given, much will be required, and from the one to whom much has been entrusted, even more will be demanded." That's from Luke 12, verse 48 in the New Testament of the Bible. This section is called, "What is Our Big Problem?" When in 2016 I announced my running for the U.S. Senate from Iowa, I had not been born the day before. I brought a slew of experiences that guided me as I waded into the political fray. For example, on Thursday, July 4th, 1985, summer in the Ukrainian capital, Kiev. The room buzzed with anticipation. Our Chicago-born tour guide looked at us, her American college student charges, for signs of unease. Seeing none, she nodded to the stout Ukrainian kindergarten teacher, already beaming with pride, to proceed. She, in turn, opened a door to the right of a wall-tall painted portrait of Vladimir Lenin, who looked down upon the unfolding scene with an approving, fatherly smile, as some dozen to 20 kids marched into the room. Both genders wore party red kerchiefs around their little necks. The girls' hair boasted ribbons atop their heads that looked like satellite antennae. The boys wore sleeveless undershirts. All had donned indigo blue shorts and bright red tennies. They looked smart, but their nifty outfits paled compared to the perfectly timed and executed dances and calisthenics they then performed for us. I, for one, left that demonstration of Soviet-style pedagogy deeply impressed by those tykes' ability to set aside their own egos and move in flawless unison as a fluid body. Our kids could never be able to pull off such concerted choreography, I remember noting in my journal. We're too individualistic, too welded to our own rigid ideas of how we think a gig should go down, too unwilling to listen to others without feeling offended by different opinions. We are too busy doing our own isolated thing to accomplish much of real greatness as a group. For over half a decade, I touted what I had seen that morning in Kiev as an example of how not everything behind the wall is rotten. I thought it accentuated America's failure to generate enough citizens capable of acting effectively as a whole in concert to reach shared goals. While I was never an apologist for a People's Republic of anything, I did strive during the Reagan years to build bridges between my country and those who said we were poised to blow to smithereens, just as the Soviet Union in turn promised to annihilate the United States. In the name of forging grassroots links in an era both government heads and peace activists deemed mad, mutual assured destruction, in a world of then more than 50,000 nuclear weapons, I ventured onto enemy soil. I visited the Soviet Union twice, in 1982 and 1985. I toured post-Soviet Russia in 1994, and Cuba once. I sojourned in Vietnam for a month in 1998. Each time I slipped behind what Winston Churchill had coined an Iron Curtain in a speech he gave in Iowa's southerly neighbor, Missouri, I felt as if I had landed on Mars. There were no private businesses or independent craftspeople. There was no for-profit advertising, no TV spots or billboards, scarcely any buildings with fresh coats of paint, and endless, mostly empty store shelves. The people bearing the dull weight of dictatorship by the proletariat seemed not only drably dressed, but as if their souls were gray and frayed too. Then at the end of each such trip, I quietly returned to the capitalist West and oddly felt, at least initially, as out of place at home as I had over there. Slipping between systems entailed such psychological disconnects that both took on surrealistic undertones for me. The distance that I gained by exposure to diametrically opposing systems helped me see both with new eyes. That's the end of section 4. If you'd like to order a copy of Turkeyfoot as a paperback, go to our Square site, which is on our website and on our emails. You can also find an ebook version of this on www.amazon.com. And for more information, go to www.traces.org, TRACES, like the outline of something, or contact us at staff@traces.org. Thanks so much for your interest, and see you for reading section 5. Ciao.